Jackson Radio Show.
Steve, you have those numbers for us?
I do, Joe. 235,000. ADP reporting that February private sector payrolls up by 235,000. They revised up January by 10,000 to 244,000. This is the fifth month in a row. ADP reporting plus 200,000, and the gains were broad-based. If you take a look at it, goods up 37,000. That's a pretty good number. Services up 198,000. And very quickly, guys, if you just jump through these screens here, before we get back to Wilbur, small business, medium business, large business, all adding, but it's the next one I want to show you where you look at these gains, which are very broad-based, up 50,000, up 44,000, 43,000 for education, health services, 21 for construction. It's broad-based is the bottom line. I'm going to ask a quick question here of Mark Zandi, who compiles this report from Whoobazoo.com. Mark, very quickly, I want to ask you about what's not in the report. These strong gains of 200,000, you have to think this means the unemployment rate's going lower and you're going to get stronger wage gains.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only going to get stronger because of the deficit finance tax cuts and spending increases. That's just going to juice up growth. We're going to get a consistent string of plus 200,000, which is more than double the rate of the labor force. So unemployment is going lower, a lot lower. We're going into the threes.
That was CNBC. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. CNBC. Yeah, 235,000 private sector. A total of over 300,000 jobs created. 235,000 in the private sector. They revised the January numbers up. Let me tell you what they used to do in the era of Obama. They would revise the numbers down. Broad-based gains. Do you understand what that means? That means in every sector, from manufacturing, construction, services, etc., across the board, they've got gains in jobs. 65,000 construction jobs. I don't know how many manufacturing. I wasn't paying that close attention, but manufacturing jobs being created. The jobs that Barack Obama said would not come back. Small, medium, and large companies all are hiring. 5 months in a row, 200,000 plus jobs. 5 months in a row, more than what's needed for equilibrium. I talked about this earlier. And they say it's going to get stronger. And let me tell you why. Because I've talked about it before. There's a tsunami effect that's going to happen with what Donald Trump has done. Because we haven't even seen the real test of it. I know that sounds crazy. When you look at the number of jobs being created, and by the way, the unemployment number stayed the same with 300,000 jobs created. Why? Because more people are looking. More people are moving around from jobs. Wages are going up. Consumer confidence is up. Retail spending up. Money coming into the treasury up. But here's why the tsunami is going to come in. And I've said it before and I'll say it again because different people come to listen to the program. It ain't all about you people that always listen to me, even though I love you. But here's the deal. A lot of the processes that Donald Trump implemented, a lot of the policies that he's implemented, I should say, are things that take some time. So you're looking at, for example, China lowering tariffs so we can start shipping more goods into China. That hasn't happened it's happened. But now they got to go sell the products and get the product in manufacturing, what's called WIP, work in process, and get those products shipping out and start getting the money from China from what we ship over there. So a factory that's got 1,000 employees, it's now shipping some of those products to China, may staff up for 200 employees, but they can't do it right away because they got to get that workflow going. They got to get the orders. They got to start manufacturing the orders. Then they got to ship the orders. And they do it small so that they don't have an overstaffing thing. You don't want to, you want to just really manage the staff. So all that's ready to come in. We got all these companies that are coming back to America that are going to start building plants. Those plants aren't built. Those plants won't be built for a year or two. Some of them, are bringing in R&D and things like this, and they're getting it going. So you're watching. Well, what Donald Trump has done, honestly, is he started the engine on the economy. And I want you to think about how sad that is that Donald Trump comes in and he barely starts the engine on the economy, and suddenly you've got multiple months or multiple quarters of GDP over 3, multiple months of the unemployment rate dropping, and the number of people getting jobs over 200,000, and so on and so forth, and all the things I just mentioned before. And he's just starting the engine. Boom, 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 boom. He's making sure that we get beyond idle. Because Barack Obama, here's what the engine was doing when it was moving. That's what it did. And that was with Barack Obama printing $1 trillion a year to pump up the old engine to keep it going. So I want you to think about that. This is where Trump is. Across the board growth, all sectors, all sizes of companies, 5 months plus of 200,000 job growth. And the prediction is it's going to get stronger. And let me tell you, it's not just going to get stronger. It's going to get so healthy that it's actually going to be, I hate to put it this way, we'll have to slow it down. We'll have to slow it down. And I told you guys, when you bring certain things back, you get a real boost. Meaning manufacturing jobs. It isn't about the manufacturing jobs. Who cares if you make tiny toys for, kids over Christmas? That's not it. It's the refining of the process. Learning how to do things better. What you learn from something by doing it repetitively. That was our advantage in manufacturing. When the Industrial Revolution started and Henry Ford said, you know what, we can do an assembly line process. If you go back and look at what Henry Ford did, it's a joke compared to what we've done now. Robotics and the level of expertise that can happen. Now what are we doing? We're taking a lot of the work out of the car, out of the mechanical aspects, or certainly some of the so in other words, we can control cars a lot more now with software. And it means we can do very much more innovative things. So we can take weight out of the cars. And that's what we've been doing. We've been just innovating across the board. A friend of mine works at an acquaintance, I should say, works at Maxim, which is a chip manufacturer. He said to me the other day, Kevin, we have 1,000 parts in a Tesla. He goes, our automotive business is booming. I knew Maxim for a whole different set of products, mostly their power management products. He goes, no, we have 1,000 chips in a Tesla. I was shocked. He goes, that business is booming for us. Another guy told me, he says, yeah, Kevin, our company bought another company that had every client in the sector except one. And now that they bought that company, he says now we have every company in that sector. Business is booming. I'm just telling you, folks, if you're not paying attention here, you're watching a master, a guy who's a master at managing the economy at work. I want to get into tariffs here in a bit, but this is just something to behold. And you would think, I mean, look, I will tell you this right now. Barack Obama were having this kind of success, I'd be his champion. I'd say, you know what, this dude is amazing. But the left, they can't do it. They're ideologues. They can't enjoy it.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.